Welcome. It's Domain Day from cheapwinefinder.com with another wine review we have today. It's a interesting wine. It's a wine you're not going to see in too many places. It's sort of unique and it's sort of cheap. What we have is the Trader Joe's Reserve Chalone Pinot Noir 2020. What's the lot number? Let me read the lot number. 223. So what's a Chalone, you may ask? And that's a good question, because it's about 300 acres of vineyards, about 1,300 to 2,300 feet up in the coastal mountains of Monterey. And I'm going to take a little sip here. It's on a plateau high up in the mountains. It's got soil that has ancient limestone and granite that's just falling apart, so there's rocky soil, so water just seeps through. You don't want water pooling for grapevines. That causes all sorts of problems. So it's got excellent soil. It's got soil closer to Burgundy in France than it does in the rest of California. And it's so high up in the mountains, it's kind of like how when you read about Chilean and Argentinian wines, where they always tell you how high up in the Andes they are. Well, this one's kind of got that going. And it's so high up. One of the wonderful things about coastal vineyards in California is the fog that rolls in off the Pacific Ocean in the morning. Because the daytime can get very hot, then it gets cold at night, sometimes as much as 50 degrees. Then it slowly heats up during the course of the day, so it never gets that warm until about noon, when the fog goes away and then it kicks in. Well, this is so high up that there is no fog. So it's got a whole different growing season than most of the other coastal California growing for Pinot Noir. And I read a quote from somebody that says, up here, things take forever to happen and very few people have the patience. And taking forever to happen and having the patience is really good for Pinot Noir. It just gives the whole growing season, gives it something good. Now, Chalone, with only 300 acres and I think one main winery and a couple of boutique wineries, though there are some high-end Pinot producers who do good grapes from that 300 acres of vines. Take another sip. So this is an elite growing area. Wines typically cost from maybe $25 to $75 from here, especially estate wines or the higher end ones. Now this is, well, they don't give any information about who, what, where, and when, but since it's only 300 acres and only 3 wineries, there's only so many places this can come from. You know, if a wine says Sonoma on it, Sonoma's huge, or even Monterey's huge. Paso Robles is huge. Chalone, not so much. So this is from an elite Pinot Noir growing area. There are, in retail stores, you can find Chalone wines. A lot of these wines are made to be aged, made to be cellared. This one's not. This one's something you would drink right away. But it has good pedigree, and one of the things about wine is good grapes make good wine, and this is a high-end. There's only 300 acres here. There is no bad areas here. I'll take another sip. It's a drink it now wine. It's not one of those really complex earthy Pinots. It's got this sweet flavor that hits you up front and then goes away, and the other flavors kick in. And I think that sweet flavor might bring the Miami crowd over to it because they like the sweetness, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of an all-rounder. I mean, it's something that the Miami crowd could like. It's something that people who are into Pinot Noir, regular Pinot Noirs, because it's $10. It's from a high-end growing area where there is no doubt. I mean, you're getting a Chalone wine, and if you're into that kind of thing, it's $10. You're not going to find that. I see some wines for occasionally inexpensive, but not really. So this is like, why would you not get a wine that you know for a fact is a bargain? Yeah, it's made in drink it now style, but it's made by someone who knew what they were doing. You look at the back and it says Divid Enterprises, American Canyon, California, and it doesn't tell you anything, and it never does, because that's the whole point. They're trying to not tell you what's going on, because they got the grapes from somebody who doesn't want you to know they gave him Trader Joe's the grapes. So the names very seldom give out information. I try to track it down with trademark registry in California, the labeling, the COLA labeling thing, to find out sometimes. But even then, it doesn't mean that they made it like the rest of their wines. But this is okay, because it's a drink it now Pinot Noir with elite grapes from a very unique growing region that there is no other growing region in the whole West Coast that is like this. So it's kind of, how could you not like it? You gotta take another sip. I've been sipping on this all day, and it's got complexity, but it's not too complex. That sweet flavor up front is really nice. It's silky, it's smooth. This is just like, where else are you gonna get a Chalone AVA from an area that rare, that unique, and that small for this price? You're not. So there you go, Trader Joe's. I just did a Mendoza Argentina wine that I said was the best. Maybe this is the best $10 Pinot Noir. Well, this is the best $10 Pinot Noir number 2. So that's it from me, Domain Dave from CheapWineFinder.com. Like us where you like your podcast. If you will, push the button. I don't care which one. Just push one of them. Makes me happy. And thank you for listening. And that's it. We have more coming up. We got some Mardi Gras party thing going on. And that's that. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay warm. And I'll be talking to everybody in a couple of days while the guitar player rocks out here at the end. So adios. Bye-bye.